Thank you for listening to BizPod with me, Paul.
And me, Rachel.
Our weekly business English podcast where we talk about the news, social media, and hot topics from a business point of view. You'll get a podcast and links to the articles we discuss. This way you can share your thoughts too. Join us as we discuss what's on our minds this week.
Hi Paul, I want to talk to you about targets today. Do you ever set targets?
Yes and no.
Give me an example of the yes and the no.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, of course I kind of set targets, but perhaps not in the way that you're thinking.
Give me an example.
I'm trying to think. Well, give me a well, for example, I have a target of trying to read 50 books a year.
Right, yeah, okay. That's more of a goal than a target.
Yeah, but what's the difference between a goal and a target?
Well, I would say a target is something there is some obligation, there's some needs, there's some urgency to reach.
Okay.
Whereas a goal is something aspirational. It would be, it's like nice to reach, nice to achieve.
Right. In which case, no, I don't set myself any targets.
Lovely.
Do you?
No.
Goals?
Always, every day.
Yeah.
I've got 20 zillion every day.
Why are we talking about goals or targets today anyway?
Because it's COP29.
Okay. Which is all about the climate change, trying to save the world and the climate from destruction from ourselves, basically.
Yeah, but noticeably, they have goals, aspirational.
Yeah, rather than targets. Makes sense.
I believe they should change that to targets. Yeah.
Yeah, but they would just miss their targets, wouldn't they?
Well, they've missed everything if you look into the history of it.
Yeah.
Every single goal they've set or target they've set, they have not achieved.
Of course they haven't. Yeah. I mean, if this is COP29 happening now, it's in Azerbaijan, in Baku. So if this is COP29, that means there have been 28 previous
where they've failed to do anything.
Yeah, where they... So it's not as if... I mean, I know I've said this before. It's not as if this idea of climate change and things like that has suddenly just happened to us.
No.
It's been spoken about, I think, at least since the 1980s.
And before.
Yeah, probably. But I think it became a big political thing perhaps in the 1980s. Mm-hmm. But no government since the 1980s in any country around the world, as far as I'm aware, has chosen to actively do anything to save the planet.
And do you know why?
Well, not particularly, no. But I have an idea. I have a guess of why.
A suspicion. Yeah, it's because they're all getting money, being paid or financed from businesses or
from the oil and gas industry.
Yeah, exactly. They've all got their greasy little fingers in the till.
Probably, but my sort of guess is more of a political thing. I mean, if you want to stop climate change, so the goal is zero carbon emissions. Now, depending how you say that, is it net zero or is it zero? Because zero carbon emissions
is different to net zero.
Everyone talks about a net zero, which so we're going to produce carbon, but we're going to then plant trees or something to take it out.
Balance it out, yeah.
Which
I don't know. We're not climate experts, so I can't say which is best. I mean, there may be some forms of carbon going into the atmosphere that are natural that we can't do anything about.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. I mean, my focus is this goal of, keep global warming under 1.5 degrees, and yet they're saying now it's too late. We're going to be lucky to keep it under 3.
Under 3, I think. Yeah.
China says something about 2.
Okay.
Scientists are saying if we get to 4, it'll be absolutely catastrophic.
Yeah, but the only way to, I think basically, it isn't a case of anything we do now has an effect tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Changes we make now will not really have an effect for decades in the future. Mm-hmm. So whatever's going to happen has already happened.
Well, we had a conversation about this some months ago. I can't remember whether you'd read something or heard something, but you revealed to me that all the money that they spend on all these people, all these delegates going to these COPs with their flights and their hotels, and they make these big decisions or big commitments, means nothing. It's money wasted. You said if every single individual, like normal people, did a tiny little bit to do something to serve the planet, rather than these big sweeping agreements between countries that never come to fruition, that something would actually happen.
Yeah. I can't remember where that was from, but yeah, I think that's true. I mean, it's not really about governments making these big decisions. It's about us choosing to change individually.
Do you think these kind of meetings are to bring it to the normal person's, put it on their radar so they know it's going on, it's something you should do? Or do you think we all do know?
I think we all do know. COP, whatever, I'm not sure even still what COP stands for, but it's been going on for 29 years. It's become an industry, it's become a business. There are hundreds, perhaps thousands of people employed in every country around the world whose job is to prepare and attend COP. Yeah. If they solve the climate crisis tomorrow, they'd all be out of a job.
Yeah.
So I don't think they particularly want to solve the climate crisis.
It's just a jolly, isn't it?
Yeah, for them, yeah.
Tell people what the definition of a jolly is. No, the
jolly.
Italians will think it's something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will think it's like a lucky card or a joker.
Yeah.
But a jolly in English means
a freebie. Something,
a company paid party.
Company paid outing party, which is supposedly work.
Yeah, and you're not working, you're just having slap-up dinners and getting drunk. And
most people who work for organisations, they'll be aware of the chief executive has to go to that urgent meeting that's in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Using the company, private jet.
He's on a jolly.
Yeah. He can have his meeting anywhere in the world.
He can have his meeting remotely these days. Come on.
But no, they decide, no, this meeting is really important. It has to happen in the Bahamas.
What was that COP they had in the luxurious Swiss ski resort? And it was just like, all these private jets flying into this, and it was one of the most expensive places to stay.
Yeah, it not cloisters? I can't remember what it's called. Yeah.
But it was just ridiculous. The amount of money that was being spent on hotels and the carbon footprint from all the private jets. It was just, and this was meant to be a climate.
Yeah.
Meeting, never mind. Anyway, but we've got some vocabulary. There's an article in The Guardian
about COP, jargon buster.
Yeah, jargon buster. So it talks about COP. Yeah.
An NCQG. I've never seen those initials before previously.
Okay, it's the new collective quantified goal, but it's on climate finance. This is about helping developed countries, helping the poorer world to cut their greenhouse gases because they can't afford to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yet another promise that has not been fulfilled.
No, it wasn't a promise. It was a goal.
It was a goal. Okay.
It was a goal. Yeah. And we're allowed to not achieve our goals, Rachel.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
There's
a talk of $100 billion being pledged from the rich world to the poor. This was dating back to 2009 to the Copenhagen COP.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to start from 2020. In 2019 they'd got to about 80 billion.
Yeah, that's per year.
Yeah.
It talked about innovative forms of finance. There's nothing innovative there. Taxing fossil fuels, carbon emission
so
quotas,
taxing carbon,
and
tax on wealthy people, on
a billionaire's tax.
Yeah.
There's nothing new there. That they've been talked about for eons, haven't they?
But there is good words like mitigation, adaptation, resilience.
Yeah. There's an acronym for you. UNFCCC.
That's the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that is any different.
No idea.
That's about avoiding dangerous climate change.
Okay, that was signed in Rio.
Yeah,
1992.
Yeah, so everybody went to Rio. How lovely! That was a nice little vacation for them.
Yeah,
wasn't
they've
it?
all been to Kyoto.
Yeah.
They've all
Paris.
had Paris.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah.
NDCs.
Nationally determined contributions.
Okay, more about money, I think, or is that?
No, this is plans on containing targets and emission cuts.
Okay.
So this is how they were going to meet these targets. These goals.
These goals, they're not targets, they're goals, Rachel.
Which, yet again, they failed to agree to. So they're gonna agree. They're gonna discuss it all again next year in Brazil. Everybody's going to Brazil next year.
Oh yeah, really? Do you fancy a trip to Brazil
I'd love
next
one.
year?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. I've never been to Brazil.
Should we go to the COP?
Yeah, why not?
Nah, let's just go to the beach instead. It'd be nicer, yeah. Okay. Right, so 1.5 degrees centigrade. I think that's a figure that's been sort of spouted about for a long, long time in terms of.
Since 2007, apparently.
Okay, in terms of global warming, what the target or the goal to keep global warming under 1.5 degrees.
And apparently, most climate scientists believe the 1.5 degrees C limit is already out of reach. Too late.
Like I said before, I think the what's going to happen with the climate is going to happen. There's nothing we can do to stop what's already going to happen because
that's from actions in the past.
Actions in the past. Things we were doing
so it's going to go up, but
20,
we
30 years ago.
Bring it down, don't we?
Yeah. But like I said, I don't think there's any action we can take today that's going to have an effect tomorrow. Any actions we do as a global society, we will not see for 20 or 30 years.
So the actions we have to take, we won't see maybe in our lifetime.
Possible. Well, we're not that old. Come on, we're going to be around in 20 or 30 years.
But there's the potential, isn't there? There's the potential.
There is a potential.
We're going to live through all the disasters that were caused by the generation before us.
By our parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
IPCC.
Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change.
Yeah, this is the body of the world's leading climate scientists, convened by the UN and the World Meteorological Organization in 1988.
Okay.
It's produced 5 reports, each increasing in certainty and reinforcing the message that the climate crisis caused by human actions and the increase of levels of CO2 is accelerating. So 5 times they've said,
it's accelerating.
Alarm, alarm.
Yeah, and still,
nobody's done anything.
We're not doing anything about it.
No.
So, I mean, I kind of get the impression that all of this going on is not working.
Well, there is one thing that we thought would work.
What's that?
Which we are already doing.
Becoming a vegetarian.
Yeah, methane. Yeah. If everybody tomorrow stopped eating meat, they wouldn't need all the cows.
All the food for the cows and the pigs and the goats and the sheep.
There would be lots of water saved.
Yeah.
There would be less methane in the air, and people would be a lot healthier as well.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have all that saturated fat floating around your blood.
Yeah, but do you know what would happen? Everyone would start eating avocados, and avocados would start consuming even more and more water, which would be another problem for people.
Maybe there needs to be a new food category for people who avoid avocados on ecological terms. Avocado avoidance. The new AA.
Avocado avoiders. We're not in that club though, are we?
No, we like avocados.
We like avocados, yeah.
We like guacamole.
Yeah.
Guacamole.
Yeah. It's a bit like bananas, you know. I mean, we went to the supermarket yesterday. We bought some bananas because we love bananas.
We love bananas.
Bananas are so cheap.
Yeah.
But they come from either South America or sort of southern Africa. I don't understand how they can grow these fruits in these distant locations, transport them to Italy.
They're so cheap.
Yeah. Distribute them from there to a supermarket that we can come in. And it was like less than €1 for a couple of bananas.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
I wonder whether they have ecological, like you have fair trade coffee. Do you have fair trade bananas, fair trade avocados?
I don't know.
There's a great documentary on Netflix. I'll put the trailer on the clip about what happens in the areas where they grow avocados and how they have to protect the water sources.
Yeah, wasn't it the Avocado Wars?
Yeah,
or something like that on
it's
Netflix?
quite interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know about bananas. I love bananas.
I know.
I love any fruit or vegetable where the name's good, like avocado, banana, pineapple. It's like, if it sounds funky, it tastes good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to live in a world where I can't have a banana. But at the same time...
Have a banana. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I put that as well.
Yeah. But at the same time, I can't understand how the world has got into the state where we're flying these fruits or transporting these fruits thousands of miles, thousands of
money.
kilometres
It's money, isn't it?
at such low cost.
Somebody somewhere, somebody very fat, smoking cigars,
Is making a fortune
yeah,
out of bananas.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
That's how any of this lot happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Not us.
No. Anyway, there are lots and lots. It's a huge article.
Troika. That's a good word. Yeah, it's got some great vocabulary. It gives a good explanation of all the goals they have missed and continue to miss, and all of the lovely destinations they've been having jollies on.
Yeah, so if you've been a member of the COP delegation for your country for
Well
the
done,
past
yeah.
29
Hope you had
years,
a nice time. Good party. Rock on.
yeah, you've visited 29 different countries around the world, and Brazil next year. Well done, you.
Yeah, and maybe if you're not part of the COP delegation, this should be a career aspiration for you, because you'll have a really nice time and you'll travel the world.
Yeah, and probably get paid quite well for doing it as well.
Yeah. While the rest of the world dies in flooding and famine and...
Yeah. The one thing that always gets me at these kind of COP things that I've seen on TV, at the end, everybody in everyone in the conference room, they all stand up and applaud themselves.
Of course they do. Got to pat each other on the back. Go, well done.
Well done. Yes.
Good job.
That was a good jolly, wasn't it? We'll see you next year in Brazil, shall we?
Yeah. Los Angeles, let's go there. Oh, Las Vegas, that'd be bloody good, wouldn't it? Oh.
That obviously, people who go to these delegations all talk exactly like that.
Yeah, like Hooray Henry's. Like Boris.
Like Boris, yeah.
Hey, I wonder if Boris was there. I might have to do a little Google search later.
doubt
bet he was
it.
sneaking in the background.
Maybe. I don't think he's
Doing
part
a
of the
little bit of
delegation.
networking.
Talking of politicians, obviously Trump has just been re-elected or elected again. He is not a fan of all of this sort of climate change stuff.
No, because he's one of the people who sits on that mountain of money.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's not really interested in change.
He's
because,
a NIMBY, isn't he? Not in my backyard.
Yeah, because change to the way the world operates, I suppose, will affect his wealth and his family's wealth.
He doesn't want anything to cost him any money. I don't know. We don't know the guy. Come on.
Of course we don't know.
We don't know any of these people. We're just saying our point of view, which could be totally wrong.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I believe that most of the people involved are genuinely concerned about it. But I don't know.
I don't feel it.
No, I don't feel it.
Right.
Anyway,
we will continue being vegetarian.
yes.
We will continue recycling.
Yes.
Yeah, we will continue doing our best to do what little we can do
Yeah.
to protect everything where we live.
We are doing our bit.
Yeah. That's all anybody can do, I think.
Yeah. Do your bit.
Do your bit. Yeah, that's our message to you.
Do your
if you've
bit.
got a choice, keep your conscience clear and do your bit.
Yeah. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening. We hope you liked our podcast. And please don't forget to subscribe and stay connected with us. Until next time, goodbye.